The date is August 23rd, 2025. A night unlike any other in human history. A night when the heavens themselves will fall into silence. A night when the moon, veiled in complete shadow, will disappear from the skies. Not as a simple astronomical event, but as a sign. A terrifying sign spoken of by mystics, prophets, and visionaries throughout the ages. Baba Vanga, the blind seer of the Balkans, whose predictions have stunned the world time and again. She warned that this day would not pass as ordinary. She spoke of a black moon, one of the rarest and most unsettling celestial events. A darkened sphere, cloaked in mystery, cloaked in power. And not just any black moon, the most powerful in all of recorded history. But what does this mean? What could make this black moon different from countless new moons that have passed since time began? To understand, we must step back into the shadows of prophecy itself. Baba Vanga did not speak lightly. When she warned of floods, they came. When she spoke of towers falling, they fell. When she foresaw pandemics, they swept across nations. And when she whispered of darkness swallowing the earth, she pointed toward something far greater than a mere lunar phase. On August 23rd, 2025, the heavens align in a way unseen for centuries. Astronomers admit its rarity, a black moon coinciding with unsettling planetary positions, echoing patterns found in ancient records of cosmic upheaval in Vanga's visions. This celestial convergence marked the beginning of a storm, not just a storm of weather, but of destiny. She spoke of waters rising without warning, cities drowned in silence. She spoke of the earth quaking beneath our feet, mountains trembling, fire erupting where none was expected, and something stranger still, a hush falling over humanity, as though the world itself were holding its breath. This is no ordinary omen. And as the black moon approaches, the question every soul must ask is simple. Are we ready for the darkness? The scriptures warned of such times. Revelation 6:12, "And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood." Joel 2:31, "The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come." Matthew 24:29, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken." The Bible and Baba Vanga, two voices from two worlds, now echo the same warning. Darkness above, shaking below, silence everywhere. But what is this black moon? For those who do not know, it is the rare second new moon in a single month. Unlike a full moon that shines bright, the new moon is invisible to the naked eye, disappearing into the shadow of the earth. A black moon is a doubling of that invisibility, a rare vanishing act of the skies. To ancient cultures, it was feared, believed to herald famine, death, the fall of kings. But this one, astronomers confess, is different. Its timing, its alignment, its intensity point to a convergence of forces that cannot be dismissed. NASA has been sounding alarms for years. Solar anomalies increasing, magnetic field disruptions intensifying, strange pulsations from the sun affecting Earth's weather, power grids, even the human body itself. Now, imagine these forces amplified under the shroud of a black moon. Imagine the veil of darkness colliding with the pulse of solar storms. Could this trigger what Baba Vanga foresaw? Disasters beyond comprehension? She warned of floods unlike any before. And in recent years, we have watched entire regions swallowed by waters, She spoke of earthquakes tearing apart nations. And today, seismologists confirm we are entering an age of heightened seismic unrest. She foresaw strange fires, sudden and unexplainable. And now wildfires rage across continents, sparked by heat, by unusual lightning, by strange weather, even underground gas ignitions. Could all of this be a preview of what August 23rd, 2025 will unleash? But perhaps the most haunting part of her vision was not the disasters themselves, but the silence of humanity when the skies go black. For this black moon is not merely an event of astronomy, but of the soul. It is a mirror of our condition, a reminder that darkness is not only above us, but within us. Look around today. Wars tearing nations apart, pandemics reshaping societies, political unrest, climate change threatening survival, hatred spreading faster than love, technology advancing but compassion declining. Is this not the very arrogance, the very greed, the very distance from God that Baba Vanga warned would invite catastrophe? The black moon is not only a celestial shadow, it is a spiritual test. When the sky turns dark, when the lights of the heavens go out, how will humanity respond? Will we tremble in fear? Will we turn against one another? Or will we finally awaken? For Baba Vanga did not warn of destruction alone. She always carried a moral undertone. If humanity repents, if we rediscover humility, if we turn back to compassion, then catastrophe could be transformed into rebirth. The black moon, she suggested, could be not just a curse, but a gateway. When we look into the heart of Baba Vanga's vision about the black moon, what stands out most is not only the destruction she foresaw, but the transformation hidden inside it. She warned of calamities, yes, floods and earthquakes, fires and wars, but she always tied them to something larger, something beyond the surface, a purification of humanity. To her, disaster was never random. It was correction. It was consequence. It was the earth and the heavens demanding balance after centuries of imbalance. Think of the world today. Climate scientists warn that the oceans are rising faster than expected. Entire regions swallowed within days. Villages wiped from the map. Cities forced into exile. Is this not the beginning of what she foresaw when she spoke of great waters swallowing nations? She said it would not be one flood, but many, not one earthquake, but a chain of tremors tearing open the ground beneath humanity's arrogance. She even spoke of fire falling upon places where it had never burned before, a strange ignition, a fire of the heavens. And what have we seen in recent years? Unprecedented wildfires, turning skies red in countries across the globe. Flames leaping across mountains, across tundra, across forests once thought eternal. The black moon becomes a cosmic punctuation mark in the story. The disasters are already here, already intensifying. But this rare event may serve as a sign that the cycle is reaching its peak. In her language, it was as if the earth itself had a rhythm, a heartbeat, and on August 23rd, 2025, the pulse would strike harder than ever before. Biblical prophecy tells the same story. Revelation 6:12 describes the great earthquake and the blackening of the heavens. Joel 2:31 warns of cosmic darkness as the forerunner to divine judgment. And Jesus himself, in Matthew 24, did not say these signs would be subtle. He said they would shake the powers of the heavens themselves. These were not ordinary eclipses, storms, or coincidences. They were markers of transition, thresholds between eras. And what do we find in modern science? Strange agreement. Astronomers acknowledge that August 23rd, 2025, is not just another new moon. They note how its occurrence aligns with an unusual planetary alignment. Some have warned that solar activity could peak around this very window. NASA has observed solar flares and coronal mass ejections growing more violent, more frequent, more unpredictable. Pair this with a weakened magnetic field around Earth, and the possibility of disruption grows exponentially. Imagine it, a solar storm colliding with the black moon's eerie absence of light. Satellites fail, communications collapse, grids shut down, planes grounded, humanity, for the first time in centuries, forced into stillness, silence. And isn't that what Baba Vanga warned about the silence? Not simply the silence of disaster, but an unnatural silence stretching across the earth, as if time itself hesitated. Could this silence be the blackout of a world suddenly disconnected? Could it be the humbling pause of a civilization, too dependent on its machines? For when the noise of our endless technology dies, what will remain? The voices of fear, or the whisper of God? Baba Vanga's warning is layered. On one level, it is physical, floods, earthquakes, fires, blackouts. On another, spiritual, a test of the heart, a confrontation with our pride. She said humanity had strayed too far into arrogance, too far from compassion. She spoke of greed choking the soul of nations, of people abandoning humility for the illusion of control. The black moon, in her words, would expose that illusion. When the lights go out, when the skies turn black, what control will we have? None. And in that moment, the only choice left will be between fear and faith. This is why her prophecy carries such weight. It is not only a prediction of events, but a mirror to our inner condition. Humanity today is divided more than ever. Nations threaten war with one another. Pandemics sow distrust. Economies shake under the weight of inequality. Even the earth itself cries out, in storms, in heat, in floods. All of it converges in this season, and the black moon may be the moment it all collides. A signal that the time of reckoning is no longer in the distance, it is here. But prophecy is never given to crush hope, it is given to awaken it. Joel spoke of darkness before the day of the Lord, but he also spoke of the Spirit being poured out upon all flesh. Revelation described earthquakes and stars falling, but it also promised a new heaven and a new earth. Jesus warned of tribulation, but he also promised that those who endure shall be saved. Baba Vanga, too, pointed toward a rebirth. She said the disasters would be terrifying, but that humanity could emerge purified if we chose compassion over cruelty, humility over arrogance, and faith over fear. So what does this mean for us as we approach August 23rd, 2025? It means we cannot prepare merely by storing food or guarding homes. Those may be wise, but they are not enough. The true preparation is inward. To prepare for the black moon is to prepare our souls, to examine our lives, our choices, our loves and hates, and to ask, am I living for myself or for something greater? Am I clinging to fear or standing in faith? The black moon is not simply about what happens in the skies, it is about what happens in us. It is about whether we will pass through the darkness unchanged or allow it to break us and then remake us. Humanity stands at a crossroads. If we continue on the path of arrogance, the disasters will multiply. But if we choose to awaken, to humble ourselves, to rediscover compassion, then perhaps the black moon will be remembered, not as the end, but as the beginning. Even science seems to echo this message. Researchers speak of Earth's cycles of renewal, of ecosystems collapsing and then being reborn, solar cycles that rise and fall, of poles that shift and rebalance. Great transitions often come with chaos, but also with rebirth. Could it be that prophecy and science are not enemies, but two languages describing the same truth, that the black moon is both a cosmic alignment and a spiritual reckoning? Baba Vanga's visions have been called terrifying, but perhaps they are invitations. When she warned of silence, she was urging us to listen. When she warned of floods, she was urging us to build not only physical walls, but walls of unity. When she spoke of fire, she was urging us to burn away greed and hatred. When she spoke of darkness, she was urging us to rediscover light. The black moon on August 23rd, 2025, is not just another astronomical date. It is a prophecy unfolding before our eyes. It is the convergence of the heavens and the earth, of science and faith, of warning and invitation. It is the moment when humanity must decide, will we be consumed by fear, or will we rise in faith? Perhaps this is why ancient cultures feared the black moon. They sensed it was not only about light vanishing from the sky, but about truth emerging from the shadows. In moments of darkness, the voice of God can be heard more clearly than ever. So let us not see August 23rd, 2025, only as a day of terror. Let us see it as a divine appointment, a chance to reset, a chance to awaken, a chance to walk out of the darkness into a new dawn. For even the longest night is followed by sunrise. Even the deepest shadow cannot erase the light forever. And perhaps, just perhaps, this black moon will be the turning point, not the end of humanity, but the rebirth of it, not the collapse of hope, but its restoration. Baba Vanga's chilling words remind us, catastrophe is not inevitable. It depends on us, on whether we choose destruction or compassion, arrogance or humility, fear or faith. The choice is ours, and the time is short. As the world approaches August 23rd, 2025, many will look up at the sky and see nothing unusual, nothing at all. After all, the black moon is invisible. It does not glow. It does not burn. It does not paint the heavens in red or gold. It hides quietly. And yet, in its hiding, lies the greatest mystery of all. Because sometimes the most powerful signs are not those that dazzle the eyes, but those that confront the soul. Baba Vanga understood this. She did not speak as an astronomer. She spoke as a seer, a woman whose sight reached beyond the stars, beyond time itself. To her, the black moon's disappearance was symbolic, a mirror of the disappearance of humanity's light, when arrogance, greed, and selfishness consume us. She saw a world where compassion grows dim, where faith fades, where unity is replaced by division, and she warned, if we did not awaken, the earth itself would shake us awake. Consider her words in the context of our time. Nations preparing for war, leaders speaking of weapons that could destroy millions in an instant, floods swallowing entire provinces, earthquakes ripping apart regions where tectonic plates strain with unbearable pressure, fires consuming forests, towns, even entire countries. And amid it all, a silence in the human heart, an apathy, a numbness, as though we have forgotten how to feel. Is this not the silence she foresaw, the silence of souls asleep while the world burns? The Bible speaks of this darkness, not merely the terrors of the earth, but the unveiling of truth, not only of sun darkening, but of a spirit poured out, visions granted, prophecies declared. Jesus warned of tribulation, but he also promised that his return would follow swiftly. Always, the darkness is a prelude to light. Always, judgment precedes renewal. Could it be that the black moon of August 23rd, 2025, is this midnight hour before the dawn? If so, its terror is also its gift. Because only when the lights of the world go out do we see where the true light resides. Not in technology, not in power, not in wealth, but in faith, in compassion, in the eternal flame within the human soul. Modern science, though it does not speak the language of prophecy, whispers the same warning. Researchers say humanity is entering a period of great change. The climate will not stabilize easily. The Earth's magnetic field is shifting faster than ever. Solar storms grow in strength, capable of disrupting the fragile networks of our world. Some speak openly of a global reset, not spiritual, but physical, where humanity will be forced to adapt or perish. And is this not the same truth spoken by prophets long ago? That survival depends not on arrogance, but humility, not on greed, but cooperation. Baba Vanga's prophecy is more than a warning. It is a map, a guide through the darkness. She warns of floods, but teaches us to build inner strength. She warns of earthquakes, but calls us to stand firm in faith. She warns of fire, but urges us to burn away pride and hatred. She warns of silence, but teaches us to listen for the voice of God. When the black moon rises into invisibility on August 23rd, 2025, many will dismiss it. They will say, "The sky is the same. The night is the same. Nothing has changed." But those with eyes to see will understand. The black moon is not about what you see in the heavens. It is about what you feel in your spirit. It is a sign of a threshold, a test of faith, a mirror held up to humanity. The truth is, every prophecy is a choice. Nothing is inevitable. Disaster comes only if we remain blind. Renewal comes only if we awaken. The black moon is not fixed as a curse. It is an invitation. Humanity's chance to repent, to turn, to humble itself before the living God. So, as that date approaches, what should we do? Not panic, not despair, but prepare in the only way that truly matters. Prepare in prayer. Prepare in humility. Prepare in unity. Look into your own heart and ask, am I living in arrogance or in compassion? Am I walking in fear or in faith? For when the skies darken, these questions will matter more than anything else. Baba Vanga's voice echoes like a warning bell across time. She saw floods, earthquakes, fires, silence. She saw the arrogance of humanity leading to collapse. But she also saw beyond. She saw that from the ashes, a new humanity could rise. And this is why her prophecy of the black moon is the most powerful in history. It is not only about disaster, it is about destiny. The Bible confirms this destiny. Darkness before dawn, shaking before renewal, judgment before mercy. The black moon on August 23rd, 2025 is a shadow cast across the heavens and across our choices. Will we walk into it unprepared? Or will we face it as the moment of awakening it was meant to be? Imagine that night. Imagine the stillness. No technology to distract us. No noise to hide in. Only the quiet of our own souls. And in that silence, imagine hearing the truth you have always known, but always avoided. Life is fragile. Time is short. What we do now matters forever. That is the gift hidden in the terror of the black moon. And when dawn breaks, as it always does, what will we find? That depends on us. If we pass through the darkness with arrogance, we will emerge into deeper chaos. If we pass through with faith, we will emerge into renewal. The black moon does not decide our fate, we do. So take Baba Vanga's prophecy not as doom, but as invitation. Take the warnings of Revelation, Joel, and Matthew, not as terror, but as hope. Take the discoveries of science, not as contradiction, but as confirmation. All voices are saying the same thing. Change is coming. Darkness is near. But after the darkness, light. August 23rd, 2025 is not just a date. It is a threshold, a test, a prophecy unfolding before our eyes. And when the black moon vanishes from the sky, it will ask humanity one question. Will you walk in fear, or will you walk in faith? The choice is ours. The time is now. The black moon is coming.